Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you how you can create a drop down in your Microsoft Excel. So here I've got an example. I'll just go straight into it. So let's say you've got a survey and you've got questions here, and then you want to send it out to the company and you want them to basically select from a drop down of answers. I'll show you how to do this. So you could do this with numbers as drop downs or words as drop downs. They both work the same way. So whatever you need it for, you'll do it exactly the same way as what I'm going to do it. So let's say I've got a couple of questions here for survey. So the first one is, have you paid your most recent bill? And I want to create a drop down here that says either yes or no in a drop down. Okay. So what I would do is I would go to a brand new tab and I would literally just write in the answers that I want to see in a drop down. So in this example, it would be yes. And then right under it, I'm going to put no. And here I'm going to just type in, please choose an answer. They're going to want to have this in my drop down so that they can clearly see they need to pick from the chosen answers. And it's really important to put these vertically and not side by side because you're creating a list, and I'll show you how that will appear in a drop down. So you go back to your very first tab where you've got your either survey or wherever you want to put your drop down answers in. Okay. And you click in the cell that you want the drop down to appear. So in this case, it's this very top question where it says answer. I'm going to click in here. Okay. And then go up to the very top of your Excel sheet and click on data. And you'll see about halfway through, there's something called data validation. Okay. And you click this, and the very first drop down says data validation again. And you click on this. Okay. And then you'll get this pop up here. And all you need to do in this is where it says validation criteria, you click this little drop down here and you click list because we want to see it as a list in our drop down. And then it'll ask you where the source is coming from. And what this means is what words do you want or numbers do you want in your drop down and where is the source of where it's coming from. So gonna go back to my previous tab where I've written down what I want in my drop down. And I literally just highlight what I want it to include. Okay. And then that's what your source is. It automatically pulls through whatever the cell, column and row is, it will pull it through automatically once you highlight it like this. Okay. So you've got list and then you got the source where you want where your drop down's coming from, your answers, and then you click OK. And there's your first drop down. Ooh, my Excel is frozen. There you go. So, very first drop down is yes or no, or else you can just leave it on, please choose an answer. And you could even put it in italics so that it's quite obvious to the person that they need to click on this drop down and click yes or no. Okay, so let's say you want another drop down, but it's got different chosen answers in it. So, what you do then is for the next question, I usually keep them all side by side in a separate tab. So, this one I'm going to have a question of how much money did you pay in a bill? So, how much was your bill? So, here I'm just going to have ranges. So, I'm going to do 0 to 20. And again, put them basically under each other like this. Okay. And make sure you don't put equal signs actually, because then it will think it's a formula like what I've just done. Because if you did an equal sign, it will just calculate it as a formula. But I want this as a range. So 0 to £20, 21 to £40, 41 to £50, and then maybe 50 plus. And then I'm just going to type in here, please choose your range below. Okay. And then we go back to our very first tab. And then we do exactly what we did the first time. So we go to data data validation, and we change this to list. And then for the source, we go back to our other tab and we make sure that we're highlighting the new bit of data that you've just written in because you want a different dropdown. So we highlight all of this and click OK. And again, there's your dropdown. So you can say, please choose from the range below. And then you've got all these different ranges. So there you go. That's how you create drop downs in Excel. And then another quick tip is actually, let's say you want to add in another question here. So are you the main bill payer? And then it's going to be another yes or no answer. So instead of doing it all from scratch again, you can literally just right click, copy and paste. And there you go. You've got your drop down, copy and paste it down. So it's quite clever. It will recognize other drop downs and you can copy and paste it to make your life a little bit easier. And then if you want to have a different range of answers, you can do just have it linked to different cells that have these new data points written in. So there you go. That's how you create drop downs in Excel. It's very easy once you know how to do it. So give it a practice. And if you've got any other queries, just drop me a comment and we'll talk below. Thanks very much.